Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today for the phase 3 launch of our analytics suites. If you are familiar with what we have launched so far, there are altogether two types of analytics suites. There's this mobile analytics suites and the market analytics suites. Okay. So in total, for the mobile analytics suite, if you go to our OrangeTee agent app, you'll be able to see altogether 10 dashboards. And for the market analytics suite, it's actually the desktop version of our mobile analytics suite, and you have 5 dashboards in total. Okay, so today we'll be launching 4 new mobile analytics suite. If you look at this picture here, and if you look at the market analytics suite, today we'll be launching a brand new desktop version as well, which is the caveat data dashboard analytics suite, and as well as new features that we've included in those market analytics suite that we have already launched. So this gives a very broad overview of what are the 10 dashboards and 5 dashboards each. So if you look at here, if you recall about 1.5 months ago, we launched 6 dashboards for you on the mobile analytics suite. And that's what we have for the private sales volume. We have private sales price, and you can also look at the data in terms of district. Then we also have the HDB sales volume, HDB sales prices, and you can look at the data in terms of towns. So today we'll be launching this brand new analytics suite dashboard that is called the caveat analytics suite. So what is this caveat analytics suite? I think from the feedback that we have received from some of you is that you'll find that if you have the caveat data, it'll be very useful, especially if you can find by maybe project names, by address, and even if you can filter by block or unit number. That will be very good for your sales pitch. So that's the reason why we have included that in our new features. And the other one that we have is the rental volume, rental price, and you can also look at rental in terms of district. This one will be touched on by my colleague Daniel, who will share more with you. All right. Then for the new market analytic dashboard, the caveat dashboard, this also will be something that is very new. That means it's the same as what we have for the mobile version, but this one will be on the desktop version. And we have also included new features for our existing dashboards that I will demonstrate later. Okay. So in total, we are pleased to announce that over the 1.5 months that we have launched both versions of analytics suites, we have more than 10,000 visits, and that averages around 250 regular visits per day. And in fact, the number of users have also increased from about 800 users to 1,100, and just recently it has gone up to 1,300 users over the past 1.5 months. So thank you for trying out our analytics suite. We hope that you continue to use, especially when we're going to add more features, more advanced dashboards in the months to come. So this is just recently at my house there, I just received 2 flyers. These are flyers that I've in for condominiums, and these were sent in the letterbox from some competitor firms. So I block out their faces and the projects, the company names as well. But you can see that from here, the use of charts and even analytics is actually becoming more and more common in many of the marketing materials or even flyers. So you can see here, they provide some charts down here and some information. And then for this one is by the project, what is the kind of price trend and so on. So this is something that if you use our analytics suite, you should be able to create some of these things fairly quickly with a click of a few buttons, which I will demonstrate later. All right. And to give a very quick recap of what we've done, for the phase 1 launch that took place about 1.5 months ago, we have the mobile analytics suite. So if you go to our OrangeTee app, you'll be able to see this new module that's been added. And if you go in, you can look at research, and then after that, you can see this one. There are altogether 2 different segments they can look at. So one is private residential, where there are 3 dashboards that were given. And then after that, for the other one, HDB, you'll be able to see 3 dashboards. So these were the dashboards that I was talking to you about just now. And this is the kind of dashboard that you will see if you go into the OrangeTee app. So this one, sales volume, prices, then by district, and then after that, sales volume by town, and then prices as well. And again, a recap of what we've done. If you have missed any of our sessions that we have conducted over the past 1.5 months, you can always go to the YouTube or even go to the module that is called videos and slides that is under our OrangeTee agent app, where you can look at some of these videos again or slides. So what we have done is that we have done a live demonstration of how to use the mobile analytics suite on 16 April. And then after that, we also demonstrated how you can use the charts in slides. And then we also created an AI demonstration video that has been put up. So it's easier. It goes step by step on how to use the mobile analytics suite. And then after that, we also created a seminar on why the rich are buying properties based on some of the charts that were created using the analytics suite. And then all these are all available on YouTube as well. What you need to do is that you just go to you just type and search OrangeTee, and you'll be able to find all the related videos, and maybe you can go under technology or under research. Okay, and of course we also created some slide decks that you can refer to. You can download this from the agent app. Then about 2 weeks ago, we had the phase 2 launch of our market analytics suite. So from here, we see that there are altogether 4 dashboards that we created, because we have received feedback from you that some of you may prefer to use maybe a larger interface, maybe because you create slides, you do PowerPoints and things like that. So because of that, you may find it easier to do it on your desktop. So that's the reason why we have created the similar version on the desktop, but we have also added some additional features for you. And the good news is that whatever that you see on desktop, actually you can use it on your iPad as well. All right, which I will touch on later. So if you look at this, what we have done is that we have based on your feedback that you've given to us, you want to filter some of this sales volume or prices by district or by town. So for instance, you may not want to just give a very broad overview of how the new home sale market is doing or how the resale market is doing. Maybe you want to show your customer just District 9, or you want to show your customer somewhere in Ang Mo Kio, So that's something that we integrated inside for you. So later on, I will show you very quickly how you can derive some of these charts by using this. So the other thing that I want to bring up is that this desktop version is a bit different, because the number 1 and number 2, which is the private residential sales volume and HDB resale volume dashboards, these 2 dashboards will be available for consumers to use. Means that on top of that means all 4 dashboards will be available for your use, but you can send these 2 to your clients. And why is it that we want to do that? Because we know that many of the customers out there right now, they are very technology savvy. Even if we don't send to them, they will go to other websites to do their homework as well. So you might as well use this chance, send them this maybe this link, ask them to try it out. Perhaps they may want to look at, what's the sales volume, in this district and so on. And if they want to know about the price, they can contact you. Okay, because this is only available for your use. So you can use that as an opportunity to reach out to more consumers, more customers, all right? And this is one of the interface. If you look at this, we have tried it before on the iPad. It works just fine. So this is one example of the iPad that I just downloaded. I hope you can see my iPad here. So it works quite well, okay? The filters and everything, all right? So you can try it out, because we know that many of you, when you present to your customers in the show flats and even face to face, you may want to use the iPad version. So you may want to try it out on your own. Okay, so what are the new features that we have included? Again, based on some of the feedback they've given to us, what we have done is that we integrated the district or the town filters together with the sales volume and prices. So instead of just looking at general trend, which is what you see here by market segment, or the total sales volume in terms of new sales or resales, you can actually filter by districts. So if let's say you want to have District 9 or District 2, you can just filter it and you can compare what is the kind of sales volume. And the other feedback that we've received is that, maybe out of 12 months or 12 quarters, you may not want to show everything. For instance, like the last 12 months, perhaps you may just want to show the latest last 5 months or half a year data. You can actually filter through here. So this is an additional filter that we've included in our dashboard. Okay. Then the other one is that right now, the good news is that we have included this thing called the caveat dashboard for you. Again, we know that many of you may need this information to find out what are the comparables. You may want to find out what are the latest transactions for that project or even that area that you want. So you can actually filter by project name. You can filter by address. If you cannot remember the projects, you can filter by block, unit size, floor, unit number, and so on. And you can actually change the time frame as well. So we hope that these caveats are drawn from URA. So we try to put in the as latest information as possible so that you can share what are the latest trends with your customers. And the other thing that we've added on is that we've done an AI video for the mobile version. So now there is an AI video in the Market Analytics Suite as well, which is the desktop version. So if you're not very sure on how to navigate all the features, you can go to here, which is called the user guide. And here you can click here where they have all the demonstration videos. There's also a whole set of instruction that's been given to you at the bottom. So you can go there. Later on, I'll show you. All right. And okay, so now I will go on to demonstrate to you how to use the Market Analytics Suite. My colleague, who is Daniel, he will be demonstrating to you how to use the Mobile Analytics Suite. All right. So where do I get the Market Analytics Suite? What you can do is that you just Google, go to OrangeTee homepage, and you will come to this page here. What you do is that there's agency, projects, business solutions. Go to advisory. Under advisory, you will see three tabs. One is research, valuation, and market analytics suite. Research is where you'll find all our latest reports. Then for the analytics suite, you can go here. So what you can do is that you just click this. So once you click, very quickly, you'll go to this page, which is the landing page. You will go scroll down. You'll see five dashboards here. All right. The first two are available for consumers, and these three are available for your use. Okay, so you can access all five. Maybe right now, for some of you who had not tuned into our last demonstration, which was the phase 2 launch, I will quickly just go through again how to access this sales volume. Okay, so what I'll do is that I just click this. So when I go inside here, just wait a few seconds for it to load, because they is live data that they draw. So it takes it will take time to download, but it's very fast, in fact. Okay, so if you look at here, this is the main dashboard. What you'll see on top here are all the shortcuts. So you can go to volume, can go to price, caveats, you can go to HDB data, and then of course the user guide. All right, so what you can do here, okay, so this is the first one, sales volume. These are all the filters that you see, very similar to the Mobile Analytics Suite, because we want to keep it as similar as possible so that it's easy for you to use. And then these are the charts and these are the summaries. What you can do is that you can filter by time period, 12 months, which is a year, or 3 years data, or 10 years data down here. You can also click here to filter by market segment. So now I'll demonstrate to you. For instance, if I'm marketing, let's say example, Copa. All right, Copa is a new project that is in District 9. So what I'll do is that, okay, I may want to send this information, but it shows resale, subsale. So what I'll do is that I will click away resale. I will click away subsale. So just wait for the information to update. All right, so here it shows you all the new home sales that has transacted over the past few months. So you can see that here, right down here in April. Okay, you won't see May inside because the data will only be in when it's a full month. So right now it's still, the caveats is still not lodged to the full month for May, so you won't see, but for April it's already in. Some of you were also asking me if the HDB March data is the latest. Yes, so far it's the latest, because when we check with, from the HDB website, they have not put in the April and May data as well. All right. So as best as we can, we will put in the latest information. So if you look at this chart down here, you can see that new sales, non-landed, this is the kind of data. But I may not want to show all these things down here because sales volume is much higher in the past than now. So not very nice. So what I'll do is that I can filter. Okay, so this is a new feature that we've added in. Maybe I will filter up to December 2019. Okay. So with this, right now, you can see it's very powerful right now because you can control the time period that you want to show. And let's say example, I may want to go to a specific district. As I mentioned, I was doing Copa, right? So if let's say I'm marketing Copa in District 9, the default is set as here, District 19 and 20. What you can do is that you just click District 9. And then after that, you click away 19 and 20. And there you have it. Okay. So what you have is, this is the kind of data that you have for District 9. All right. Very nice because it shows a very strong sales volume and uptick down here. Maybe because data is so good, maybe I want to show a slightly longer period. So I just go to last 12 quarters. So last 12 quarters, this is the kind of data that we see for District 9. All right. So District 9, perhaps I don't want to show this part, which is very high volume. I want to show this part here. So I cut it off, perhaps, let's say example, okay, Q2 2018. So I will just filter the dates here. It will show you the date down here, Q2 2018 to Q1 2020. Right now, I will go on to demonstrate to you another dashboard, which is the caveat data. So what I'll do is that I just click. Okay, so this caveat data, what you can see is that down here, they will ask you to log in. So what you can do is that you just log in. I just log in here and then I go in. And then I will come into this page. What you can do is that you go back to that page just now. So just now I told you, you go to advisory, go to market analytics suite. Okay, once you log in, you can go in. So what I'll do is that from here, you can see that this is the new caveat dashboard that you can use. So again, the default, we set it as treasure at Tampines, so it's easier for you. Okay, okay. Let's say example. Right now, I'm doing a project. Let's say Copa. So what I'll do is that I will click Copa. I just have to download this one, Copa, and then the exact name. Okay, it will appear. I'll just have to do this. I just have to click. And then they will refresh the data according to Copa. All right. So if you look at Copa, these are all the transactions that have occurred, okay, for the last 1.5 months, because the default that is set here is 12 months. So if there are more transactions than that, then they will show. But since it shows April, that means it's launched in April. So when I share with my customer, maybe I may not want to share all the caveats, okay, because there's a lot. So maybe out of this number here, what I'll do is that I just want to share with him block 6. So what I'll do is that I click. Okay, either you type block 6, otherwise you can click this down button. All right, the down button will show you what are the things that you can filter. So let's say example here, when I click the down button here, there's one little down here, I put 6. Then they will filter according to block 6. Okay, so after you click this one, block 6, again, I may not be very satisfied with this data because there's a lot of units. So maybe I want to just show him maybe stack 6 and stack 8, let's say example. So what I'll do is that I just go to unit number. I click this little button here. You can show that these are the units that are in block 6. So I will click maybe block 6, 6, 6, okay? And then maybe stack 8. All right. So when that happens, you can see that these are all the transactions that you have here. All right. So in Copa, block 6 and then stack 6 and stack 8. So from here, you can straight away see the trend. That means, based on these stacks and the block, this is the kind of price. All right. So you may want to share, if you are not going to buy now, I think prices are going to go up higher soon. So this is something. All right. So if this is the case, what you can do is that we also have filters here. So what you can do is that you can maybe rearrange them maybe by floor number. All right. So from here, you can either go descending or ascending order. So if you go descending order, it will go by 13th floor and then 8th floor and so on. Okay. So this is one way. Otherwise, you can actually go by, you can also sort by the highest price, or you can sort by unit price, or you can even find out from here. Let's say example, if you know what is the kind of maybe like maybe the 2 bedroom or the 1 bedroom, what are the sizes, you can actually filter through here also. You see down here. Okay, so this is one example. So I shared with you one example down here. Very useful if you want to go back to just now, maybe to the default. Let's say example like Copa, all you need to do is that you just remove all these things. And if let's say you are interested to find out, so right now they will show you by default over the last, that means 12 months, what has been sold in Copa. You'll see that in April, 83 units have been sold. 11 units have been sold in May. So I want to know what are the latest transactions. What you can do is that you just click this. You just have to click this one, and then again, it will filter for you all the latest caveat transactions. So you can see that these are the 11 caveats that has been transacted. So perhaps this is useful information for me because I will know what are the kind of units that's been selling during the circuit breaker. Let's say example over the past few days, or so what I can do is that I can right click and I can show it as a table. Okay, so when I right click show it as a table, you can find this thing. All right. So what I can do is that perhaps I can use a snipping tool. I have a snipping tool here, down here. I can put here new, and then after that I can copy and paste this thing. Let's say example, and then I can use it as a reference for myself. Okay, so I can paste it down here, something like that. All right. So before you write to research department and ask whether you can download the data, maybe I can just answer to you. And if you have other team members who ask you this question, you can also share with them. Can we download the data? For all these caveats, the answer is sorry, we can't. All right, because these are URA data that we're using under certain regulations. We are not allowed to mass distribute the information. But what you can do is that you can take reference for some of this information, and if you need, you can do maybe just get some of this information. All right. So what we can do is that you cannot really highlight everything and download because that is not in sync with the regulations that we are guided by. Okay, so right now after you go in, you can go back to your report. Okay, so maybe I just demonstrate to you one more example. Maybe I'm doing a project in Tampines. Let's say example in Tampines, I'm not very sure what are the comparables around the area. So for treasure at Tampines, what I can do is that I just have to type Tampines, and then all this area comes in. Okay, these are all the streets with Tampines that is in URA data. So what I can do is that maybe I just highlight a few. For example, like Tampines Road. Maybe, okay, if you want another one, maybe you put your cursor here, you type again Tampines. And then after that, the orange bar comes out again. Maybe I add in, let's say example, okay, Tampines Lane, let's say example. Okay, so all the projects that are in that area, for instance, here you'll see treasure at Tampines. Okay, not very good example. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, let's say Tampines Avenue 1. So what are the other projects around there? Okay, so not many new sales, right? Because that's the only new sales, but I want to find out what are the comparables. So what I can do is that maybe I can click last 12 quarters. So that's the last 12 year, last 3 months, last 3 years of caveats. So here you can see, there's Coven, Grandeur, and Tembusu, because Tembusu technically is also in Tampines, may not be the project. There's here Waterview, Tropica. So what you can do is that if you're not sure what are the projects, you can go to project name. So again, I said that here there is you can actually filter what are the ones. So maybe from here you see that some of them are not really suitable, like Tembusu. So maybe Tri-Leaf or Waterview may be some examples that I want to use. Let's say example Waterview, then they will then filter the Waterview projects. Let's say example in Tampines. So from here you can see the resale transaction, what has been the price trend, and the sales trend. Maybe I want another comparable, which is called, let's say, Tryleaf. Okay, so Tryleaf, let's say example, will be another one. Then you can add on and so on. Okay, so you can see that this caveat data is actually very useful for you when you need specific information or you need to filter the data that you want. All right. So for my section to, okay, maybe I'll just go on to where I stopped just now. Okay. So we hope that with this, all this information or dashboards will be useful for you. So now you have an option of whether you want to use in terms of desktop, you can use your iPad, and if you have not, if you have left your iPad in the car or your desktop at home, you can always whip up your phone and present the same data using your mobile as well. So these were some of the testimonies from some of our colleagues who have used it. For instance, like Eileen, she said that she right now she can send more data to a client and make the job easier, and they were impressed. And the other thing is that with a click of a few fingertips, Angie feels that it's very user friendly. And even Thomas, he felt that he was very proud of our company for being able to come up with new innovation solutions. And right now he can provide real-time on-site information to the client. So these are the tools that we hope that it can give you an edge against your competitors. Of course, we recognize that there are still many analytic tools out there. Some are paid and some are free. But as we build on, more and more dashboards, like right now, 1.5 months, we already come up with 10 dashboards or 15 dashboards for you to use. We will continue to create even more advanced dashboards that I don't think you'll be able to see in the market. For instance, we are looking at real time. That means like HDB caveat analytics. So we are building that up because you cannot even find that. I don't think you can filter that kind of information from HDB website. Other things like, we are creating advanced dashboards, for instance, like, maybe with a click of a few buttons, you can compare leasehold projects and freehold projects. We're also looking at financial data, economic data. For instance, like what is the current interest rate? What is the kind of, Singapore exchange rate and so on that we are going to put in. So these are the advanced dashboards that we are developing right now for phase 4. Okay. So if you have any ideas, any other dashboards that you feel are useful for us to use, then let us know. Then we will continue to build up the database that we hope will be useful for you. So right now, I will pass the time to Daniel, who will quickly share with us how do you use the caveat dashboard or the rental dashboard on the mobile. Okay. So Daniel, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Christine. So I will be going through the rental dashboards and caveat dashboards in the mobile analytics suite. Just a refresher, this is our logo. I'll bring you through how to navigate inside our agent app again. Okay, so right now, if you go into our analytics suite logo, you can actually see we have new dashboards. All these dashboards are located in private residential tab. Okay, if you scroll down, you can see there are 4 more dashboards. So 3 rental volume, rental district, and rental price. And last of all is private caveats. Okay, so next I will briefly go through on the dashboards that you see. To navigate into our dashboards, all you have to do is to click into our analytics suite. Okay, so under residential tab, private residential tab, we have our existing 3 dashboards, and now we'll discuss more about the new dashboards we have. The first dashboard I would like to talk about is the private residential caveats dashboard. It's very, very similar to what Christine mentioned on the desktop, but this is for when you don't have laptop or iPad access. You only have your phone. You can whip it up and have a very easy to navigate dashboard to see and have all the details at your fingertips. So very similar to what we have on the desktop. The first filter or the first selection will be all the project names that you're interested in or your client is interested in. And as default, we put treasure at Tampines. The next bar will be how long you want to see the data for, 12 months. You can see 12 quarters or see 10 years. And the next will be this scroll bar that we implemented, so you can be more focused on the months that you want to see. And going down, you will actually see the address, the postal district, okay, the property type, and the tenure. And below, you can actually see all the transactions that we have here. Okay, and going even further below, you can see the volume trend of Treasure at Tampines and the price trends of Treasure at Tampines. So as again, to show that it's quite easy to use, your client is interested to view Treasure at Tampines, but only for recent months. Might be very interested only in 2020. You can use this slicer here to pull in from January onwards. So here it tells you from January 2020 to May 2020. And with that, all the tables below would show all the transaction that happened in 2020. And in a case that maybe your client is only interested in May, you can even further down to view all the transaction in May by clicking May here. Okay, and to click away, you just have to click on May again. So in the case, okay, so your client say, okay, he's now interested in other property types, maybe another client. As Christine mentioned, maybe he might be interested in more recent projects, such as Copa. I will go to the project name and key in Copa. There's a spell help here. So as long as you key in a few letters, you auto complete for you. As again, these are the transaction details of Copa. This is a special case because Copa just launched in April, so it doesn't have previous data earlier than April. And these are the transaction details for Copa. Let's say now your client may be interested in another project. Maybe it's a project that's launched further ago. Okay, maybe Park Next Star. Again, it's very easy to search. Okay, key in a few letters. Let the spell help you. And these are the transactions that occurred. And maybe this project has been there for some time. Okay, let's see what's happening at 12 quarters. Oh, okay. So now you can see that it doesn't have 12 quarters, but you can view the trends and the price trends and volume trends for Park Star. So as you can see, with a few clicks, easy spelling, you can have all the transactional details at your fingertips. It's very easy to use, I would like to say. And if you have any questions furthermore, you can contact us. Okay, next, I will bring you through rental dashboards, specifically rental volume. The concept of rental volume is very similar to sales volume. We have sales market, and we also have rental market. And clients might be interested to rent while they are waiting for their upcoming property, if they're upgrading or downgrading. So you can go into this dashboard to see how much transactions or what are the transaction trends, the number of transactions occurred previously. So for the first part, we have the filters, market segment filters and property type filters. Moving on, we have the time periods. Following, we have two bar charts. The first bar chart focuses on the rental volume broken down into non-landed and landed, while the second bar chart focuses onto CCR, OCR, and RCR markets. A bit further down, you get the summaries. You got a pie chart to show you the distribution of the number of transactions that occurred, and on the right, you get the numerical detail, total rental volume, which month has the highest volume and which month has the lowest volume. So you're interested to view maybe last 12 quarter, longer time horizon. Easily click on it. Okay, and you can see these are the trends. So here notable that seemingly on every Q3 for each year, Q3 2017, Q3 2018, and Q3 2019, we have a little spike in volume. Okay, and so you might want to investigate maybe why. Is it maybe which market is it? Okay, so we can easily go into maybe you want to see if it's only occurring in CCR. Okay, we can unselect OCR and unselect RCR to see CCR also have this trend. Okay, what about RCR? Okay, seemingly RCR also have this trend where it kind of peaks every Q3. Okay, and what about OCR? You also can observe in OCR where the rental market peaks every quarter, every Q3. So we can tell that it occurs in every market segment and it occurs in the entire Singapore rental market. It'll be interesting to know why. Okay, so hence you can use this rental volume dashboard to help your client in understanding the rental market as well, and hopefully it will bring you more business opportunity and with this reliable data. Okay, I would like to end my session here. Thank you for listening and thank you for using our dashboards. Hope it helps you. Yeah, stay safe. God bless. Thank you.